Alright, let's talk about Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World. If you saw my review of the first film, I did actually really like it. I didn't think it was a classic by any means, but I thought it was very enjoyable, despite the fact I did have a story of it that was done like a bajillion times. Oh man, it was pretty historically inaccurate. But I personally didn't mind though. I just thought it was very enjoyable. So, what do you call it? So now we have the sequel, Pocahontas 2, 3 years later on. So, what did I think of this one? I guess I actually kind of like this one a little bit more than the original film. So, the story is about John Smith, played by Mel Gibson's brother. He's being framed for treason in Jamestown because Ratcliffe from the first film, voiced by the late David Augenstyers, tricks the king, and so that way he can be able to go back to Virginia and kill the Indians and collect the gold. The king basically agrees. He's with him. And what we don't know is a character named John Rolfe, voiced by Bailey Zane, when he goes to Virginia, tries to help in contact with the Indians and so that way he could travel with them to London. So the chief, voiced by Jim Cummings, sends Pocahontas, voiced by the same actress from the first film, who's going to be doing the same voice of her in Wreck-It Ralph 2. What do you call it? So, she goes on the boat with him, and then, she brings this guy with him. I forgot what his name was, but he was a cool character, I will admit right now. He's a character that he's like this, doesn't speak a word, and then, he carries his stick, and he carries a knife with him, and he cuts some things off. It's almost like he's, like, planning on killing someone, but I thought he was a really fun character, which I will get to him in a minute. But, so, she set sail, and her animal friends, Miko, Flit, and Percy, join along with her. They made it to London, and then, we see Ratcliffe, in a little bit of the film. And then Pocahontas, goes to the castle, and tries to convince the king that they're not savages. And we already know the drill. Something happens. In the middle. Something happens near the last third. She gets thrown in jail. And then we have a big climax. Between all the characters, against Ratcliffe. We already know what happens. So, what do you call it? The story itself is actually pretty good, I will admit. And it does keep the focus on what it should be, on Pocahontas. And it's basically just focusing on her trying to help her people. And it's not just like her moaning about her one true love in the first film. So the good stuff. The animation's really good. I really like how they try to make it like the first film, even though it's a little bit of a downgrade. But they do have but the animation particularly from the characters, is still really good, and the designs are very well done too. The backgrounds are very nice as well. They're just glowing and they're very crisp arts and stuff. I like how they try to make it look like a 16th or 17th century version of London, and it's very well done. The voice acting is still very good. The songs, not great, but I say they're alright. But the singing voice for Pocahontas is very lovely. The animal characters, they still get some cute laughs. The big tall Indian guy is great. And I think he was voiced by Brad Garrett, if I remember. But I like how he's he's not a happy guy at first, and then a little bit later on, when he's eating these little sandwiches or something, when he actually does become happy, it's really funny. And there are some cute, funny scenes in the movie as well. And some good dramatic moments and heartfelt scenes. And I like how, Pocahontas starts to bloom a romance with John Rolfe, which is so strange, because in the first one she was in love with John Smith, and now she's in love with John Rolfe. What do you call it? Ratcliffe is still a good villain. I like him fine. He's still the same greedy villain, but they actually make him a little bit more intimidating, which I really appreciate. So, I also really enjoy the atmosphere. The music is nice. And the writing itself is pretty good too. So overall, I think Pocahontas 2 was very enjoyable, much like the last one. But I can say just a little bit better. Just a little bit. The best part of the film is actually the middle part where Pocahontas is in London and then she's like enjoying it, which is kind of like The Little Mermaid at first. It's basically your typical fish out of water story. That's what I'll have to say. But they do a really good job at it. So, if you have seen Pocahontas 2, what did you think about it? Just comment below. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook and Stardust. Subscribe, click like in the video, and share the video. And I'm the Bostonian Critic, and I'll see you in the next video.